Live from Bay Number 2 at the Volunteer Fire Department in beautiful downtown Mineral Springs, North Carolina, it's the 5th Annual Squirrelly Awards. For the next hour, special guests from all over the world present the awards for the best games of 2019 as determined by rolling dice and taking names. As if that means anything. So grab a RC and a moon pie, take a seat, and let me introduce you to the hosts of tonight's show, Tony and Marty.
Thank you, Vanessa, and welcome everybody to our 5th Annual Squirrelly Awards. This is the show where we give out our top awards to the top games from the previous year. We're going to be looking at year 2019. As always, I'm Marty.
And I'm Tony. And Marty, I don't know if anybody cares to come. If it wasn't, well, let's see. We got rid of the open bar, so I don't know why people are here. The brown carpet's getting stained after 5 years. Yeah, and you can tell that people are kind of getting used to us because they don't dress up like they used to. I mean, even I've got my PJ pants on.
People used to dress to the nines, and they used to tell us who they're wearing when they come in. And now it's just I'm wearing Walmart.
Target. That's as foreign as we get.
But I am glad that so many people came out here tonight for this. We have a lot of friends coming in here from all over the world to present and get their rewards and everything. However, I know that we're running a little bit over budget, Tony. We kind of spent a little too much last year. We typically like to treat all those that come in here with a little gift bag with the moon pie and stuff. And last year we actually had an open bar for people, but we had to cut our budget because some people just took a little bit too much advantage of the open bar. And I'm looking at you, Stephen Bonacore and Christina Rouse. You two caused this, just let you know.
But Marty, can you really blame them? I mean, look who is sitting between them. Rob. Wouldn't you want to get liquored up?
Yeah, I agree. Rob could be one of those people that calls you to drink.
Well, you got to numb the senses, especially the hearing, because other than that, it's going to be deafening.
Tony, I got to say, we got a lot of great guests in here. Like I say, people coming from all over. I mean, look, here's Ella. She flew in all the way from Australia. And boy, are her arms tired. Look, I told you, people, we had to cut back. We usually get writers for this thing, but Tony and I are just having to look up jokes on the internet, and then all we could find is 50s material.
But I will say this, Marty, having driven up I-85, we've got the Tantrum House in the show with us tonight. I'm so excited. Mm-hmm. These people bring some class. They make this presentation upscale. However, we can't pick on them. That's the problem. I mean, if it was Rodney, we would have a litany of jokes. But they're here, and we've got our eyes on you guys. You're going to mess up.
However, not everybody can make it tonight, Tony, as I see that you, I see you invited the reigning champion of the Gen Con Strike Tournament, BJ, and he's presenting from, where's that, Rome?
That's right. 3-peat, baby. He bringing it all the way from Rome. I don't know how he got there, Marty. He must make some good money down in Louisiana.
I would be talking trash, but after my side losing 3 years straight, my confidence is pretty low right now.
You know, I said Tantrum House brought class, but look over there, Marty. Susan and Mandy have returned. You'd think they'd learned their lesson from last year, but no. The Dice Tower is here, and they are representing. Thank you, ladies, for showing up. My heavens, Suzanne made her debut on our show back in 2014. Oh, that's 6 years ago. You would think someone would learn their lesson after 6 years, Marty.
Thing is, though, it's not something she's necessarily proud of, but we have become part of her inspirational story. I mean, I hear her say things like, there were lots of dark times in my past, but none more than I was on RDTN. It just reminds me of how far I've come. And if I can recover from that experience, then you too can have hope and you'll do the same. I mean, we've become an inspirational thing for people, Tony.
Oh, and would you look? Hey, now, is that Jamie from the Secret Cabal Gaming Podcast in the crowd?
It is, and he's been here every year, but why is it that the rest of the Secret Cabal crowd never comes with him?
I don't know, but he is here bringing the Kabbalists with him.
Oh, wait a minute. He just texted me as you were saying. He says he just keeps drawing the short straw.
I guess somebody has to. Somebody has to come down and represent from them. I'm fine with that. Now, there's our good buddies, our brothers from another mother, Dan and Chris. You guys know them. They come on the show every year, Marty, and represent one of our favorite non-gaming podcasts. Now, many people could say all of our podcasts are not gaming.
That's right. What makes that one particular episode any different than any other?
Exactly.
And, I can't argue with that.
They're on that screaming, streaming, and steaming. Hey, I got it right without reading the notes, Marty.
Nope, you still said it wrong.
That's that movie preview that we get to spend 2.5 to 3 hours talking about movies. Why don't we do a movie award show?
Well, number one, I've already told you we've got hardly a budget to even do this, and we know way less about movies than we do about board games, which isn't much to start out with.
Well, clearly with Dan and Chris, as long as the choices are spelled out for them and the winner is in the envelope, they can't mess it up, Marty. They just can't. Unlike they do when we do the movie draft in our show. Because sometimes there's an epic failure. Transformers.
Hey, look, over there, it's Jeremy and David from Man vs. Meeple.
Yep, it is.
All right, moving on.
Oh, and if I'm looking at our guest list, or I'm sorry, our presenter list, you've got somebody on here who's never been here before. A young lady who's local, Paula Deming?
That's right. Lives currently out in Hollywood, California. A local prodigy coming back to present, but I don't see her yet.
I wonder what happened. I mean, her flight got in a while ago.
I think so. Well, hopefully she'll show up before her award comes up.
All right, that's enough about our incredible guests. You'll be hearing from them again when they take the stage to present some incredible wooden acorn that is finally being made by The Broken Token. That's thebrokentoken.com. Marty, let's get to the awards.
All right, here we go. First up to the stage for Let's Get This Party Started Award, Dan King, the Game Boy Geek.
Let's go. Party rock is in the house tonight. Everybody just have a good time.
Hello, my friends. It's the Game Boy Geek here, and it's a privilege and honor to be presenting at my favorite award show in board gaming, the Squirrellies, again this year. Now this year, I'm going to be presenting the Let's Get This Party Started category. Oh my gosh, what is happening?
Y'all want this party started, right?
Tony is dancing.
Y'all want this party started quickly.
Oh my gosh, Marty is too. Oh my gosh. Wow, you guys don't want to see this. It looks like they've been electrocuted. Oh my gosh, cut the music. Wow, that just happened. I think I just threw up in my mouth a little bit. Oh my goodness gracious. I don't know what that was or what they call that, but please don't ever do that again. Now back to the award. Now let's get this party started. The first nominee is Blockbuster by Big Potato Games. The next one is Medium by Greater Than Games. And the last nominee is Letter Jam by Chex Game Edition, known as CGE. The envelope, please. And the Squirrelly goes to Blockbuster.
Marty, I don't know what Dan King was talking about. I was doing the sprinkler. You know, for my dance move. I don't know why he didn't recognize that. I'm sure that's in his repertoire.
I was trying to do the Running Man, and it just was like, a old man.
Oh, you were doing the Walker. Is that what that was?
Yeah,
the Walker.
The Walker, that's right.
Marty, we're getting the party started. These are some of our favorite party games. So tell me a little bit, why did this one win?
Hands down, it's been the party game that we played the most this year. And it's one of those that's so easy to get into. It doesn't matter if you're into hobby games or not. If you know movies, then you can sit down and play this game. It's like monikers and Time's Up, Tony, except for movies. And so it's really easy to get into. And it's one of those things that you don't have to know every single movie as long as you can give the clues and everything. And the presentation is just so cool. I mean, the game comes in a VHS plastic case. It's just so thematic and so well done. It's been a hit. And it's currently right now on Target, Tony. So if you're interested in checking out Blockbuster game, you can go to your local Target and get it for like $20. Now,
next up on the stage, we've got Man vs. Meeple as they present It's in the Cards.
Thanks, guys, and thanks again for asking us to be a part of the Squirrellies this year.
Yeah, you know, there's a lot of different gaming award shows, but the Squirrelies cuts through all the noise with a laser focus on nothing but the very best in gaming.
So with that, here are the nominees for Best Push Lawn Lawnmower Non-Mulching.
Actually, Marty called last night and said they were canceling that category.
Oh, that's too bad. So what are we announcing then?
Best card game.
Oh, that makes slightly more sense for a gaming podcast. All right, so let me look here. Here they are. The nominees for Best Card Games are Marvel Champions from FFG, Sorcerer from White Wizard, and Silver from Bezier Games.
And this year, the Squirrely goes to Marvel Champions. Thanks again, Marty and Tony, and back to you.
There were a lot of solid card games this year. There really were. But again, it's one of those that what have I played the most? And by far, it's been Marvel Champions LCG from Fantasy Flight. This game didn't even come out till like the fall, Tony. And I play about once or twice a week with guys from work. I'm still buying the expansions. It's just one of those things that's going to have a long life for me.
This is like our Lord of the Rings LCG. Or our Eldritch Horror. You've got me bought into this Marvel Champions thing. I've got to get some more expansions. I mean, you even send me a note. Hey, guess what? The Marvel Champions mats are out. Why don't you go drop $16 on that? I am such a sucker for these living card games with you.
And we got that, Matt, and some expansions from our sponsor over at miniaturemarket.com.
There you go. Now, I will want to speak a little bit about Silver. It was neck and neck here on these two. Silver came out by Bezier Games. That game took me by storm, Marty, because it builds on a game I used to play with my daughter all the time. Marvel Champions pulled out the win. I'll give them that. But I want to give a little shout out to Silver for those who haven't had a chance to play it. I hope they get those other packets released, but I know you and I enjoyed playing it. It helped us with our memory.
Silver is an amazing game. I absolutely love that game. I was really torn on this one because as they came out with new expansions, there's Amulet, there's Bullet, and they have some more coming out. So it's one of those games that I've taught several times to friends and family, and they all just really enjoy it and get into it. One of the biggest proponents of roll and writes has been Suzanne Sheldon. So it was a no-brainer to give her and Mandy the Need a Number 2 Pencil Award to present.
Hello, honored guests. It's wonderful to be back presenting a Squirrelly Award, which has easily become one of the most revered awards in board gaming.
Absolutely. But Suze, before we present the award, I wanted to ask you if you've played this amazing new roll and write game I tried. It's called...
Wait. Let me write this down. Hey, shoot, do you have a pen?
Well, we are here to present the Need a Number 2 Pencil Award, so...
So, the nominees for the Need a Number 2 Pencil Squirrelly Award are Imperial Settlers Roll and Write, Dizzle, and Cartographers.
And the winner is... Dizzle!
Huzzah!
Congrats, Dizzle.
Congrats. What a great game. Definitely a wonderful winner. But, Mandy, seriously, do you have a pencil? I want to write that new game down.
Now coming to the stage to accept the award from Stronghold Games, Stephen Bonacore.
Hey, Marty and the other guy. Wait, what's your name again? Oh, yeah, Tony. How are you guys doing? Thank you so much for giving Stronghold Games the award for Dizzle, which was our 6th roll and write last year after That's Pretty Clever, Twice as Clever, Bricks, Encore, Second Chance. Well, that's a flippin' right, but close enough. And then Dizzle. And there's more to come. Watch for Ripple Rush in April. Yes, I'm plugging. Aren't I always plugging? But thank you really very much for this. Dizzle is really a great roll and write, and you can play it with anybody. It's so approachable and so wonderful. I appreciate you guys checking it out and telling everybody about it. Thank you again. You are my 2 favorite hillbillies that I have in my life.
Thank you, Stephen, for accepting this award. Now, Get off the stage. Yeah, that's funny. That joke, the other guy. Yeah, it can keep on going. Let it live long life. I think I see an award coming up that maybe has lived a long life for you too, right, Marty?
Yeah, Stephen, there'll be payback a little bit later on in the show. And by the way, you're coming from New York City, right? You don't know a lot about the rural life, but we are not hillbillies, Stephen. In fact, you would insult the hillbillies, as hillbillies are people who live in Appalachian Mountains, and we're nowhere near there. So if you're going to insult us, Stephen, at least get it right. Redneck, okay, yes. Hillbilly, incorrect. See, he's done frazzled me, Tony. I can't even talk. What game won again? Well, oh, yeah, it was Dizzle, right?
It was Dizzle, and this was another tough competition. I mean, Imperial Settlers rolling right, Dizzle, Corinth, Cartographer. I mean, my heavens, all these were top-notch games in that roll and write category, draw and write category. But Dizzle, for me, topped them off because that is one game that we just keep pulling out. We love the mechanics that are in there with the drafting of the dice and the risk that you take. Dizzle is actually Donna's top game of the year, if she was able to have a top game of the year, but she doesn't have a top game of the year. I do.
So what, do we need a new category for next year? Top game of the spouses?
Well, yeah, I mean, we could do that. I don't know what Vanessa would be selecting this year. Maybe it's something on down the list. It's hard telling. Hers will have dice in it regardless, so I'm good with that.
Oh, for 100% it will.
So next up, I thought it was Joel Eddy from Drive Thru Review, but once again, he sends these weird-looking characters. Marty, what is that?
I have no idea. I keep inviting Joel to come here and do these things, and he sends these monstrosities here to do the presenting for him. So I guess let him do it one more time. 4, are you going to paint those?
Canadian citizens, I have been summoned by the Emperor himself to present the award for... Are you going to paint those? The nominees are Warcry, Marvel Crisis Protocol, and Unmatched. The winner is... Warcry.
Tony, I know you don't have a lot of time to get to miniature games, so this category would kind of rested on me.
Well, Marty, before you go into, I think I proxied my vote over to the Canal Boys, is what I did.
That's right, because my sons and I are really into Warcry. That's one of those games that if you wanted to get into miniature games, this is the one I would actually recommend. In the past, I'd say Warhammer Underworlds, but actually that's more of like a card game using miniatures. This is a 100% miniatures game using tape measures and everything, but the rules are so simple and straightforward. It's a low model count. It only takes about 45 minutes to play. It is such a solid game, such a great game for beginners. So once again, I'll say it again. I've recommended it before. If you want to get to miniatures games, take a look at Warcry from Games Workshop because it gives you a great taste of what miniature gaming is all about. Now, Tony.
Now, Marty.
This past year, you and I have gotten into playing a lot of board games on the Switch. Now, there have been board games in the past that come out on iPhones and Androids and Steam, but since you and I are into playing the Switch, it's really cool to see a lot of these games ported over to the Switch. So we have a brand new award this year presented to the best board game on the Nintendo Switch, and coming to the stage to present that is Matt from Board Game Replay, and the award is No Quarter Required.
Hey everybody, Matt Evans here, very happy and honored to be back again to present another award. Thank you so much to Marty and Tony for having me along. Tonight it'll be my pleasure to announce the best Nintendo Switch board game. Now I gotta say, I'm a big fan of the Switch. It's got a huge catalog of great video games, and of course, it's so versatile that you can just play it anywhere. It's awesome. And when it comes to board games on the Switch, it's become my favorite place to play digital board games, no question. It's just the perfect format for them. Alright, so without further ado, I'd like to announce the nominees for the best Switch board game. And they are Catan, Istanbul, and Raiders of the North Sea. And the winner of the best Switch board game is... Raiders of the North Sea! Congratulations to everyone at Direwolf Digital for such a terrific board game adaptation. And with that, sorry, yep, all right, it's my turn. I gotta run. Hey, have a good night, guys. Thanks again.
Marty, for me, this was kind of a no surprise. We enjoy Raiders of the North Sea board game.
Yes.
But to take it to the Switch and make it as pretty, beautiful as they did, and actually make it seem like a video game and not just some board game ported on, they did an outstanding job. That put them leaps and bounds above the rest. And to have that campaign mode, oh, what a great implementation of this board game.
I 100% agree. Like you said, I think what sold me on this is you feel like you're playing a video game and not a board game. The way the UI's laid out, the graphics and everything, it feels very much like you're playing almost like a tactical video game, but it's based on the original board game. And like you said, we were in love with the original board game, so it was just how well it was going to translate, and it went well beyond my expectations. I really hope to see a lot more publishers release their games on the Switch. It's a fantastic platform to play on. It's portable. You can play on the TV. You can play, and this game too, Tony, offered asynchronous play, so I could take my turn, then you could log on and take your turn. So well done.
Yes, it is. And I love it on the big screen because I can easily read the cards without having to put the readers on. Now, watch out. I think she is retired from her roller rink appearances.
Her derby appearances?
Yes, her derby appearances. So Christina may body check us as we try to leave the stage. Rob is right behind her. So let's get off the stage for Blue Peg and Pink Peg in the Pass the Advil Award.
This is Christina.
And I'm Rob.
And we are Blue Peg. Hello.
What? Oh, Pink Peg. We're Blue Peg, Pink Peg.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to take my turn.
Yeah, but you've been trying to take your turn for the last 30 minutes.
Look, there's a lot of options here that all need to be individually evaluated.
But we're supposed to be presenting the Pass the Advil Award.
What does that even mean?
It's for the best Euro game.
Of course it is. Well, you know what? I've got a lot on my plate right now, and I don't know that I have time for this. Like, for example, what are all these brown cubes for?
That's your wood.
What about these white cubes?
That's your money.
Well, okay, if that's my money, what are the gold cubes for?
Those are obviously your workers.
None of this makes any sense whatsoever.
Well, am I just going to do this by myself?
No, I'll help. And the winner is what?
We have to talk about the nominees first.
Look, I'm just too distracted. I can't do this right now.
All right, fine. I'll do it on my own.
Fine.
The nominees for Pass the Advil are City of the Big Shoulders.
There's a rondelle that I can only go counterclockwise on every 3 turns.
Pax Pamir 2nd Edition.
Why do I have to feed my workers every turn? Why are they so hungry? And don't I pay them? Can't they just feed themselves?
And Pret-a-Porter.
What is the theme here? I don't feel like I'm trading with anybody.
And the winner goes to...
Wait a minute.
Oh, do you want to do it?
What? No. When do we fight?
There's no combat.
Then what is this sword for?
That's the first player marker.
I don't even get to stab you with it?
No, but if you have it at the end of the game, it's worth 2 more points.
This is dumb. This is all dumb.
The winner goes to... City of the Big Shoulders.
My brain hurts!
Congratulations from Blue Peg, Pink Peg.
Oh my God, the agony!
Tony, this was another tough decision for us because we got to play some really, really good Euro games this year, and all 3 of these were fantastic. Pret-a-Porter was a great reprint of a heavy Euro from Ignacy that we never had a chance to play. It looks great. It plays great. Pax Pamir 2nd Edition, another one of those games that we had missed first time around and got to play it, and it's so thinky and everything. But the one that put us over the top for us was one we weren't even looking for, Tony. You and I went to Gen Con and went to check out this game, City of the Big Shoulders. And we both love our stock games and we love worker placement games. And this is a nice merging of the two that just makes this game so sweet.
And one other thing that put this game over the rest of them, because the other ones are great games as well, is the history behind it. The companies, the research. You actually learn something in this game. Heaven forbid you do that. I mean, yes, the mechanics you've seen on every Euro worker placement type stock game that's out there. But as Rob was saying in his monologue, as he was grabbing his head in anguish and in pain, it's one of those games that you've really got to think through. You've got to put your brain through the paces so that you can compete with the others, because if you don't, you are not catching up. And City of the Big Shoulders, I'm excited to see what might be coming out. Is there going to be another expansion? Can't wait to get this one on the table.
And for our next award, Go Do My Bidding, which is our favorite worker placement game. And now another duo of longtime presenters from Board Game Blitz, Ambi and Crystal.
Wow, thank you so much for inviting us back to the Squirrelly Awards for the 4th year in a row.
We are so honored to be here once again at the Squirrelies. It's one of the most prestigious awards in board gaming, and we are so happy to be here and to present the Go Do My Bidding Award.
Sweet bidding. All right, first up for auction is this moon pie in mint condition, starting bid of $5. Do I hear $5?
Okay, Ambi, it's not a bidding game. It's the Go Do My Bidding Award. It's, worker placement games where you're sending people off to go do your bidding. That's
okay. Well, even better. Marty, go get me a moon pie. Okay.
Yep. So while Marty is getting your moon pie, let's announce the nominees for the Go Do My Bidding Award, which are Dark Domains, Paladins of the West Kingdom, and Taverns of Tiefenthal. I have to admit, this is a tough category.
Okay, I've got my moon pie now. So the winner is
Dark Domains. Congratulations to Dark Domains on your win, and thanks again to Marty and Tony for having us back. We would love to have you join us over on Board Game Blitz at some point, but we don't really have guests, so you know what? Just come bust in sometime when we're recording, and we'd love to see you.
Marty, I can understand where the southern drawl can sometimes confuse people, but I don't think Go Do My Bidding should be confused with anything where you want them to go out and do an auction. I mean, I was kind of curious to see, since we didn't give out any moon piles, I was very curious to see what would have happened if Ambi had pulled off that auction for the moon pie. She might have gotten a quarter. I don't know. I don't think it would go to her new kids' college fund. And congrats, Ambi. Look at those cute little kitties in the front.
Tony.
Oh, my bad. Yeah. Oh, back to the award show. Yes.
Yeah.
Dark Domains. Okay, first time we played this one, Marty, I'll admit, it flew over my head and hit the wall behind me.
I'll admit that it did that.
It did. Oh, yeah, it made a big mess back there. And I was like, I just don't get it. I'm not understanding it. But that's what sold me on this game. It's one of those games where I know I can do better. It's one of those games that I'm like, okay, let's put it back on the table because this game will not defeat me. And I enjoyed it more the next time I played and continues on. Such a fun, unique experience in the flip of being evil. We all love to be evil. Now, I don't know, Marty, what sold it for you, but please tell me.
Yeah, so this one of those things also caught me by surprise. City of the Big Shoulders, I saw at Gen Con, and then this is a game I saw at Origins from Laboratory H, and I just love the concept. It's like, all right, yeah, you're the evil guys. The townsfolk are trying to come beat you back, and you're trying to build out your evil domain to take over the townsfolk and everything. And at its core, it's a worker placement game. You place your workers over the board. And I also love, Tony, worker placement games where you resolve from kind of top to bottom or, one spot at a time, because then you have to plan in advance. Well, I want to make sure I get my worker here because I need that, whatever the result is, this action later on down the road. I don't know, thematically and stuff, I thought it was cool. Mechanically, I just thought it worked well. It looked great on the table. Really glad I got a chance to see this. And this is one of those worker placement games that will stay on my shelf for a very long time.
Now, I will say, all these games could have gone up into past the Advil Award, especially Paladins of the West Kingdom. That one had its...
Ooh, boy, did that not ramp up from Raiders of the North Sea?
Mm-hmm. Once again, a tough category. The other game, Rodney, you're in the audience. Pronounce that for me again.
The Taverns of Tiefenthal.
Thank you, Rodney. Now you can sit back down now. Yeah, Tony, the theme of taverns I thought was amazing. You're the owner of a tavern. You're trying to get people into your bar, but to do so, well, you got to have some beer and you got to have people to make that beer. You got to have wait staff in order to serve the people. And as you get bigger, you want to add tables so you can make more money. It's not one of those like Dark Domains where the theme was just really cool and it just worked all really well together.
Yeah, and we didn't even get to all the modules, especially the one with schnapps. That's right, schnapps. That's how it's said. That's how you pronounce it.
Schnapps?
Well, that's not how Rodney said.
Schnapps?
Okay, Rodney, we understand. Sit back down, dude. We'll let you know when it's time to come up.
Oh, my goodness. Well, we are having such a big time, but we have got to be able to pay the volunteer fire department for the use of their facility. So we are going to kick it over to our sponsors of Rolling Dice and Taking Names. And hopefully they're not listening to this glorious show, or they may not be sponsors for the 2021 Squirrellies, also known as the 6th annual. So why don't we take a short commercial break and we'll be right back. All this would not be able to be done if it wasn't for our longtime sponsor, the Broken Token, the makers of the Wood Squirrelly Awards that we hand out. That's right. They provide somebody's warmth when those things are thrown in the fire. TheBrokenToken.com for all your game insert needs. They've got it. If you've got a game, they've got an insert. Go check it out at TheBrokenToken.com.
Where today they just said they shipped their 60,000th shipment out the door. Also, we want to thank another longtime sponsor, Portal Games. Ignacy has been a friend of the show for many, all the years. We thank him so much for that, and we're surprised he still puts up with us. And we think, Tony, it's probably because that lots of times we make comments and stuff, and that our English is not much better than his, and that he just doesn't really understand what we're saying most of the time.
I think his has excelled past ours. I've heard him on his podcast with Stephen Bonacore. He does an amazing job over there at that. But be sure to go check out all their latest games over at portalgamesus.com. Be sure to check out that free version of Detective if you're not sure you want that. And he's got plenty more coming out. And don't forget some of his legacy games. The beautiful Robinson Crusoe, Sunny Day at the Beach is always needed to be had, as well as Empires of the North.
And Tony, if people want to go out and buy any of these games that we're talking about tonight, well, you can do so by heading over to miniaturemarket.com. They have incredibly low prices. They're very competitive online. And you can throw a bunch of these games into the cart, place them on hold for later, because once you get an order that will exceed $100, you get free shipping, and they change their shipping process or using UPS. Games get to my door quicker now, which I really appreciate. So make sure to go check out all those games and all the great sales that they have over at miniaturemarket.com.
See, we told you it wouldn't be a long time on the commercials. If you want, we can go back and do them again, whatever you guys want. Or we can get on with the rewards. The rewards?
How about the awards?
Or the awards. So coming to the stage next is a long time friend of the show, Chaz Marla from Paradise. Now, Marty, for some odd reason, we just haven't had him on. I think the man is so busy producing so many videos, content that you can take in daily over at his channel at Paradise. I still don't know how to spell it, but I don't even know how to spell ours, Marty.
Welcome to the stage, Chaz, for This Game Has Bling.
Hello, I'm Chaz Marler from Paradise, and it's an honor to have been invited here by two gentlemen whose names I don't recall. Now, as a component proponent myself, I will be presenting the This Game Has Bling Award, which is bestowed upon the game containing bits and pieces that go above and beyond the call of Tony. Tony is one of their names. That's right, I'm pretty sure he's the tall one. So, this year's This Game Has Bling nominees are Cloudspire by Chip Theory Games, which is chock full of sturdy poker chips and snazzy neoprene mats. The Lord of the Rings Journeys in Middle-earth by Fantasy Flight Games, which is brimming with tiles, cards, miniatures, and an integrated app which will tell you where to go and what to do with your life. And Tapestry by Stonemeyer Games, which contains more plastic than an oil baron's credit card collection in the form of tons of tiny buildings and over a dozen pre-painted landmarks. Marty's the other one's name. Oh, I am almost certain of it. Now, if I may have the envelope, thank you. The award goes to... wait. Oh, I ripped clean through the little note card and said, hang on, let me fix this. Oh, that's not. No, that's worse. Hang on, just one. Nope. I'll just, you know what? Hand me this, give me the tape here. Yeah, I'm just going to rearrange these scraps and I put this back together and we should be good to go. Okay. And the winner of whatever award it is I am presenting is Cold Uprise, which is not, no, hang on, is Priced Soul. That's also not it. Spruced Oil? Nope. Locust Pride, Lucid Spore, Code, I Slurp is also not it. How about Cup Soldier? No. Cud Spoiler? Cupid Loser? Cloudspire! That's the one, Cloudspire. So congratulations, Cloudspire, and thank you, Timmy and Marlin, for having me back on to, once again, ruin your show.
Now coming to the stage to accept the award from Chip Theory Games, Josh Welgus.
Hey everybody, this is Josh Welgus over at Chip Theory Games. I'm one of the designers of Cloudspire, and I just wanted to say thank you to everyone over at Rolling Dice and Taking Names for the Squirrelly Award. Obviously, as a company, we take production quality of our games really seriously, and one of our missions as a company is to push the envelope in terms of presentation and components in tabletop gaming. We want everyone who buys a Chip Theory title to see that we didn't cut corners anywhere to just flat out increase our profits. If we think something will make the experience better for players, we include it and bling it out to the best of our ability. So this award, in particular for best production, means a lot to us. I'd also like to thank the Chip Theory community and our amazing Kickstarter backers for bringing Cloudspire to life. This game is ridiculously complex and expensive to print, and it's really the sort of thing that can only exist through Kickstarter and through the financial support of our community. So thank you to each and every one of you out there who helped bring this game to life. On behalf of Josh Carlson, Adam Carlson, and the rest of the team here at Chip Theory, thank you so much for the Squirrelly Award. We can't wait to show you what we're working on next. And if including squirrels within a game would help us win more awards, let us know and consider us on board.
That's funny, Chaz. Did you hear that, Tony? He acted like he couldn't remember our names.
Yeah, I heard him, Marty. But this is not the first time Chip Theory Games has come to the stage to claim an award, because Undertow was one of our favorites from last year. Love that game. Love that game. And now Cloudspire.
Oh my gosh, dude, the neoprene mats and all the poker chips. I'll go ahead and tell any publisher out there right now, if you want a chance to get a Squirrelly Award for this game has bling, if you want my vote, throw in some poker chips. I think poker chips are some of the best game components ever. They're big, they're meaty, they're fun to play with, and that's all Chip Theory used with their Undertow games and Too Many Bones and Cloudspire. And Tony, not just the bling, but Cloudspire is just an amazing game to play. So much fun. It's one of those that when we played it, we just had a blast playing that thing, and I can't wait to see where Chip Theory Games goes. They continue to grow. They're bringing on more talent. Like, they brought in the head of Fantasy Flight Games now to come over there and help them in their game design. So I can't wait to see what Chip Theory is going to do in the future.
Lord of the Rings, Adventures in Middle-earth, they were a close second there. And Tapestry had those beautiful models. They had you at poker chips.
Poker chips, man, I'm telling you. And because when you pick up that Cloudspire box, like, holy cow, what is in this thing?
But they had me with the neoprene.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see? I made a little rhymey there. Did you see that? They had me with the neoprene.
Just like maybe you shouldn't dance earlier, maybe you shouldn't try to make rhymes or rap either.
I think you are correct about that. I'll just stick to what I'm good at. It's not podcasting, but that's all right. I'll keep doing that too. So, Marty, who's coming to the stage now?
We mentioned them earlier, our brothers from another mother, our local North Carolina buddies, Dan and Chris, coming to the stage to present Just the Two of Us.
Just the two of us. We can make it if we try.
Hey, this is Dan.
And this is Chris.
And we're the Geek All-Stars, and we're back again to help to give out another Squirrelly. And this time we're back to do the Just the Two of Us award. Chris, why in the world would they pick us?
I have no idea, because it's just the two of us.
I think, we're among
always,
some of the best duos of all time.
I think so, like Batman and Robin.
Right? Like peanut butter and jelly. and like Marty and Tony.
Bananas and mayonnaise.
Bananas and mayonnaise. All right, so we've got the Just the Two of Us award, and the nominees are Undaunted, Watergate, and Naga Raja.
And what's the winner? Well, it looks like Watergate. Good, because I love that game.
Well, no, wait a minute. I think we should Undaunted should win.
But, I think they're both good games.
Yeah, they are both games. And you know what? Marty and Tony have decided that this is going to be the first year ever that they're going to have two games share the award. So Undaunted and Watergate will win this award for the best two-player game in the Just the Two of Us. And I think those are solid games. Chris, you love Watergate.
I love Watergate. It is a great choice.
And I love Undaunted. So good job, guys. You picked some great games.
There we go. It's appropriate for Just the Two of Us award for there's two winners.
And have a happy 2020, everybody.
That's right. For the first time ever on the Squirrelly Awards, we have a tie because, Tony, you and I could not decide which two-player game we liked better, Watergate or Undaunted.
Well, they both have some incredible themes. We've got the Nixon tapes going on. We've got, Watergate, of course, and Undaunted, World War II with a great mechanic.
Deck building games, baby.
Deck building games. I mean, I would love to have compared them again, but my daughter took my Watergate game from me. And then a friend borrowed yours, who you finally got it back from. I mean, it is such, you're right. It was a hard decision. So instead of making one, we are really good at not making them. So congrats to the two of them.
Well, they both deserve it because they're both two totally different games. Undaunted uses this deck building mechanic for this war combat system. And then Watergate presents this amazing tension between two players over the course of the game where it's one of those things, Tony, as you play, sometimes you have to make a short-term decision to lose position, to lose the advantage in hopes that in long term you can get it back. It's that back and forth tenseness that I just loved about Watergate. So congrats to both Osprey Games and Capstone Games. You made two incredible two-player games last year.
All right, coming to the stage now is Paula. Marty, is that your cell phone ringing?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I put it on vibrate. Wait a minute. It is Paula.
What?
Okay. Well, here, let me just hold the phone up to the microphone and see what she has to say, because she's supposed to give away the Gimme More award for the best expansion.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here. Hi, everyone. I'm Paula Deming from Things Get Dicey, and I'm very excited to be presenting the Gimme More Award for Best Expansion. I was really pumped when I got asked to do this because I grew up in Charlotte, and it was so cool to have an excuse to hop on a plane, come into town, do something really fun. Turns out, there's not a car waiting to pick me up or anything. But you know what? No big deal. It's totally fine. I'm just going to record this real quick in this airport bathroom, and then I'm just going to hop on a plane and go back to the West Coast. So it's fine. We can all pretend like this didn't happen. So how about we get to the award, the Gimme More Award for Best Expansion. The nominees are Space Base, The Emergence of Shy Pluto, Terra Mystica, Merchants of the Sea, and War Chest Nobility. And the winner is War Chest Nobility.
Now coming to the stage to accept the award, one of the designers of War Chest, David Thompson.
Hey Marty and Tony, David Thompson here. I want to say thanks for selecting War Chest Nobility for Expansion of the Year. That's just a really cool honor. So on behalf of the team that created it, myself, the co-designer Trevor Benjamin, the artist and graphic designer Bridget Delicato, and the lead developer Mark Wooten, thanks. We really appreciate it.
David, keep doing what you're doing. I know this was for War Chest. I expect more poker chips in War Chest. I expect better units. I expect more strategy. I expect everything from you. Keep doing and go back and make sure I get my naval combat in Undaunted. I don't care. You got a shoe in for Squirrelies if you keep doing that, man. But Marty, how did we screw up not getting a card to Paula?
I am so sorry. Typically, well, here's the thing is, Paula is one of these Hollywood elites, right? So when she goes to award shows, she expects a car to come and pick her up, which she should. She is of that status where she should have somebody come and pick her up. And I forgot to tell her that we don't have the budget to send cars out to the airport to get people, and that you probably just have to Uber over. And I forgot to tell her that. So, Paula, I really apologize. And I hope you had a chance to head over to Concourse B and get yourself a Bojangles biscuit before you got back on the plane. Sorry, Paula. We'll make it up to you at some point in time.
Now, Marty, you mentioned Uber. There is the Tuber that runs for that special Canadian guest. That's the Tony Uber.
Oh, that's true. That's true. We've had to use that before. In fact, we probably just used it for the Squirrelly Awards this year to get people like Paula over to the center. Oh, look who we have coming to the stage next. Another longtime friend of the show. From The Secret, you got to do it, Tony. You do it better than I do. Go ahead.
The Secret Cabal Gaming Podcast.
Jamie to give the Better Late Than Never Awards.
Marty and Tony and all the fantastic listeners of Rollin' Dice and Taking Names, thank you all so much for having me back on the Squirrelly Awards again this year. And this year's such an awesome category that I have the honor to present. It is the Better Late Than Never Award. And I'm telling you, the winner of this category is in some fantastic company, I gotta tell you. Did you know that Carl Benz invented the automobile in 1886? And the steering wheel was not invented until 1894. This was 8 years later. People were driving cars with a stick. Well, I guess better late than never, right? And I could do you one better. Did you know that the modern day screw, a screw, was invented in the 1500s? But the screwdriver wasn't invented until the 1800s. How the hell did they get those screws into those holes without a screwdriver? Better late than never. Well, I can tell you from personal experience that the honoree accepting this award this year definitely deserves it. The American distributing publisher Stronghold Games announced on their website that this Polish-made board game was going to be released on November 23rd of 2016. And here it is, 2020, and we still don't have the game in our grubby paws. They say it's coming, but it ain't here yet. Well, better late than never, I suppose. So it is my pleasure to bestow the honor of the 2020 Better Late Than Never Award to Stronghold Undead, designed by Ignacy Jevicek and published by Portal Games.
Now coming to the stage to accept the award from Portal Games, Ignacy Jevicek.
Hello, Ignacy Jevicek, Portal Games. Welcome everybody. I'm so happy to be here once again to be awarded and have this honor to be awarded. Thank you so much. It takes a lot of work and a lot of strength and consequence to get an award 3 times in a row. So I'm very happy on behalf of my whole team, especially the production team who was delaying this product for many years. So congratulations to everybody at Portal Games. Not only I was the person who was delaying the product, and one could think that this is the last time I'm here accepting the award. I hope I'll be here again. And yes, I know the game is already in production. I know the game is scheduled for upcoming months to be released, but I have a surprise for everybody here for this amazing ceremony. So today, during this ceremony, I'd like to officially announce that we began working on a new game, a new edition of Witchcraft. This is my old game that we hope to release soon. And, things happen, delays happen, so who knows, maybe I will be lucky and maybe we'll see you next year here at the ceremony. Fingers crossed. Anyway, thank you once again. I wish you amazing time, amazing ceremony. Thank you for invitation, and I wish you a great time here. Once again, thank you, thank you, thank you.
See, Steven, I told you would get yours. And there it is again, Tony. Stronghold Undead gets the Better Late Than Ever award. And Tony, I hope that this is the last time that this game will be getting this award.
Pretty soon, he's going to have to put up a whole new shelf for all of his Squirrelies for not giving us a game. That's kind of an achievement in itself. I'm sure those Squirrely awards show up in the barn where the horses are, where Mary goes riding, because, you know, she needs to keep it warm out there in the winter. But Stronghold Undead, maybe in 2021, Marty, it will actually win a justifiable award.
And since Ignacy just announced he's re-releasing Witchcraft, there's a very good chance that that may be the game that wins this award next year.
All right, I see the screens are dropping here across the back of the bay of the fire department. So I guess we are ready to stream in BJ from Board Game Gumbo as he presents If I Can't Play, Strike Force.
Hey, Board Gamers, BJ from Board Game Gumbo here, back and super excited to present the next award. As a few of you know, through hours of practice and tons of skill, I came out first in this year's Rolling Dice and Taking Names Strike Tournament at Gen Con. What I didn't expect, that the guys were going to be kind enough to give me the official RDTN credit card for an all-expense trip to Europe to celebrate the victory. Where else would I choose to go to celebrate a win at Gladiators Arena? You guessed it, I'm broadcasting right now from the top of the Colosseum in beautiful Rome, Italy. I rented out the Colosseum for one day and hired a bunch of local entertainers to help me with the awards. Let's move down a little closer for a better look. The first one coming down the line is easy to spot. I see what must be, over 100 people dressed up like a parade, and they're all in handmade runes costumes. So clearly they're celebrating the first nominee, Call to Adventure from Brotherwise Games. One of our favorite games last year, by the way. Players take on the roles of adventurers, telling their life story through beautifully illustrated cards. How much did those handmade costumes cost, Marty? And now, right behind them, it's a little tough to make out, but it looks like a whole host of superheroes coming in. Wow. A few of them are even using jetpacks to fly into the stadium. That's pretty impressive, Tony, and pretty expensive to boot. I hope the limit on the credit card holds out, because that is a great way to celebrate Kapow from Two Ton Porcupine and White Wizard Games. Hey, Doug, congrats on that nomination. Here comes the last part of the parade. This last float kind of reminds me of a Mardi Gras float. They got people on it and it's decorated and they're throwing stuff to the crowd. Let me see if I can get closer and grab one of the things. Ooh, I got it. Holy cow. They're throwing actual rubies. Wow, Marty and Tony, you guys would really be impressed. That ruby's going to buy me a lot of Keyforge decks when I get back to Louisiana. Hey, the rubies, we know what they're in honor of. They're celebrating the last nominee, Istanbul, the dice game. All right, it's time to pick the winner. And this year's winner of the If I Can't Play Strike the Gladiator game is Istanbul, the dice game, published by AEG and designed by Rudy Gador. Congrats. Hey, what do you know? My Italian contact down there hooked up the Colosseum for me. He's waving at us to come down. He's getting the crowd to look. They're actually flooding the bottom of the Colosseum like they used to do in the old days. What are they going to do? They want us to participate, and they're putting something in the water for us to wrestle or duel? Oh, man, they're putting gators in the water. Hey, guys, I got to go. I think it's time to make me some alligator sauce piquant. I'll see you at the next strike tourney, Marty and Tony. Until then, laissez le bon temps rouler.
All right, Marty, first off, I didn't know we had a credit card. Once again, interesting dice games here. Now, you gave me a hard time about Call to Adventure. It's not really a dice game.
I did. I see where you're going. It's not the regular, typical D6 dice or whatever. It's actually these runes that you roll, but you know what? It's still a randomizer, or piece of plastic that you're chucking on the table and getting some sort of result. So it was worth being included in this because it's a great game.
Yes, it is. Now, you've got to mention Kapow to be picked up by a publisher. Congrats for that. I mean, you're making your own dice. What better way to do that than making your own dice? But the winner, Istanbul, the dice game, when we got to play Istanbul on the Switch, and then we got to play the dice game, completely understand why it takes home the Squirrelly this year for the best game to play if you can't play Strike. And by the way, for those of you who don't know, Strike is being re-released, so you will always be able to play Strike. Be sure to add it to your collection.
Yeah, Ravensburger has announced that there'll be a Harry Potter version coming out later this year. We're talking to them, hopefully get some more information, but stay tuned, because if you didn't get a copy of Dice in a Bowl, I can't say it. It has to be Gladiators in an Arena.
That's right.
Gladiators in an Arena before, then you'll be able to get your own copy soon. And now, coming up to the stage to present the Necro Game Award, which goes to the best game reprint, Ella from Ella Loves Board Games.
Greetings. This is Ella from Ella Loves Board Games, and today I shall be presenting the Necro Award, where we celebrate games back from the dead. The nominees for favorite reprint or release of a game are Pret-a-Porter, Catan Starfarers, Pax Pamir 2nd Edition, and the winner of the Necro Award is Catan Starfarers. Congratulations!
Tony, Catan Starfarers is one of those games that when it came out, I never had a chance to play. So I was excited when the new version came out and we got a chance to play it last year. And it is a solid game. I was kind of expecting Catan in space. And while it does borrow some elements of the original Settlers of Catan, it's really its own unique game itself. And I just really enjoyed my time with it.
Oh, but what put it over the top, Marty, was those cards, the decisions that you had to make, and just walking away from the experience we had when you made those decisions on those cards, being able to steal the victory from someone. That to me was great. The rocket, shaking the rocket and producing the little beads at the bottom of the rocket. Yeah, that's a cute little gimmick. Enjoyed that too. But it was those decision tree cards that made me pick this as the Necro Game of 2019 for me. All right, Marty. Well, coming to the stage now are two friends of the show, first-time presenters. Woo! Emily and John Detmer are coming to the stage to present the All Y'all Award.
Hi, we're John and Emily Detmer from the Incorrigible Party podcast.
We're here tonight to announce the winner of the 2019 All Y'all Award. But first, we'd like to thank Marty and Tony for inviting us to present such a prestigious award.
We can only assume it's because someone else canceled at the last minute.
We're surprised they took the risk, but of all the incorrigibles, we're probably the safest bet.
Yeah, there's no way Bill could gather his thoughts quick enough to present anything.
And they'd probably have to bleep most of what Leland would say.
Yeah, and Elena would never be able to say anything in under 2 minutes.
Enough about them. We're the ones here, and we're here to talk about the All Y'all Award, which is given to the bestest game of 2019 that y'all voted for.
And the nominees are Cartographers from Thunderworks Games,
Marvel Champions from Fantasy Flight Games,
Tapestry from Stonemaier Games,
and Wingspan from Stonemaier Games. And the winner is...
Let me adjust my glasses.
Just hand it to me, I can read it.
No, I got it.
It says... Wingspan.
That's a W?
Congratulations to Wingspan by Stonemaier Games and designer Elizabeth Hargrave. Congratulations, y'all.
I'm not saying that this isn't a great game, Marty. I'm not saying it doesn't deserve an award. However, the only way this game got the award was because it was the All Y'all, because I never got to play this game. I heard about it. I couldn't get a copy. And by the way, every time someone was playing it, the game was full, and now it seems to have disappeared. Now the expansion's out. Then the game's back on the table. I hope to someday play Wingspan, but I know you did get to play.
Yes, I did. And it is a solid little engine builder game from Stonemaier Games. Came out, I guess it was about a year ago, and it has been hot ever since then. Usually when a reprint came out, it sold out, and it's really no surprise that our audience picked this game, because it's probably going to win a lot of awards this year. Wingspan is just one of those solid games to have on a shelf to kind of teach people simple sort of engine building game with a very accessible theme. So congrats to Stonemaier. It's an evergreen title, Tony. It's going to be around for a long time.
Is it because as soon as we get money back in the coffers, I'd like to take a little RDTM money and maybe purchase one up for the joint library? Can I do that?
Oh, of course. Yes, please do.
Okay, well, y'all heard him here. So if you hear him raging about it in 2020 where I spent $50 on this game, you'll know that I got proof. It's on tape. It's there. It's live.
That's right. We actually still use tape around here.
Hey, don't make me get rid of my 8-track. There's nothing wrong with that. You can't hack that.
No, that's true. That's true.
Speaking of hacks, you and I have decided to bring in a new award, and that is Publisher of the Year. Now, Marty, this was your brainchild. Talk to me. Tell me about this.
So every year, it seems like there's one publisher that seems to stand out to us. We play a lot of their games and enjoy a lot of their games. And I thought, why don't we just recognize each year one publisher that has meant a lot to us with the achievements they've had of some hot games that came out this year. And last year, there was one that just really stuck out to me from the beginning of the year. We got to try out one of their early train games called Irish Gauge that came out and was really popular. They had a big game that came out of Origins, Pipeline, that was extremely popular. They had Watergate that came out that we talked about earlier, very popular 2-player game. They had several games that came out of Essen that was taking everybody by storm. So it's really no surprise that for our first ever Publisher of the Year award, we're going to give it to Clay over at Capstone Games.
Now coming to the stage to accept the award from Capstone Games, Clay Ross.
Wow, thank you so much, Marty and Tony, for awarding Capstone Games with the Best Publisher Award. This means a lot to me. So 2019 was an incredible year for us. We had an amazing lineup of game releases, from Pipeline to Watergate, Ragusa, Bus, Maracaibo, Irish Gauge. This list just goes on and on. Basically, there's a high-quality game available for pretty much any type of gamer. So I can't wait to see you guys at the next convention to show you the excitement coming this year. Again, thank you guys so much.
Thank you so much, Clay Ross, for being here tonight and accept this award. You've done an amazing job this year with all the great games you came out with, and you've already started 2020 hot, Tony. He's already mentioned the second series of his rail games, the second coming up after Irish Gauge that we enjoyed, and we can't wait to see what he comes out with at Origins and Gen Con.
You mentioned train games? Oh,
Yes.
you got me at a train game. Now, his cap that we got at Gen Con was gorgeous with the letter emblem. He would make me even happier if he would do an engineer's cap for a train game. I think he'd win an award just for best hats.
That might be a new award next year. You never know. Well, Tony, it looks like we only have 2 awards left.
That's right, Marty. We've got Tantrum House coming to the stage to present Tony's Game of the Year. Now, it's almost as prestigious as the next one coming up because that's yours, and yours is number 1, mine's number 2. I know how things flow down here.
Let me do mine first. How about that? That way you get the final award of the night. Because look, Rodney is down there itching to get up on this stage. He keeps standing up. He's tired of not having the center of attention on him, Tony. So let's turn over to him for a little bit.
Oh, you want to appease Rodney? Is that what I'm hearing?
Well, it sounds like it. He keeps like waving his hand up there like, is it my turn yet? Is it my turn yet? Fine. For you, Rodney, we're going to change the show, and we're going to do my Game of the Year right now. Come on up, Rodney, from Watch It Play to present my Game of the Year.
Well, thank you. It's a real honor to be here again this year, especially as I'm going to be announcing the winner of Marty's Choice for Game of the Year. And we have 3 prestigious nominations: Raccoon Tycoon, Empires of the North, and Ragusa. Well, I know which one of these it can't be, but let's see who the winner is. What? Ragusa? It can't be Ragusa. I've played Ragusa with Marty. He taught me the game, or rather he taught me some alternate universe version of the game. There were so many rules mix-ups, I didn't even know what was going on half the time. He told me that I could score points for having the longest wall. Guess what? You can't. And that's just one example. Look, I'm sorry, I cannot in good conscience give out this award. I'm going to have to hang on to it. If this was being awarded for something called Marty Gusa, that would be fine. I have played Marty Gusa. He knows how to teach whatever that is. But I'm sorry, Capstone, I'm not convinced he's ever actually played Ragusa. So I'm going to hang on to this until we can play again, and I can confirm that he knows how to play. Okay, well, now I can see security's coming. Look, I'm not stealing the award. I'm just hanging on to it for safekeeping. Okay, everybody, I got to run.
Marty, there's no longest wall rule.
Now coming back to the stage from Capstone Games, Clay Ross.
Ragusa taking Game of the Year. I love it. This game is special because it can be played with new gamers. It can be played with experienced gamers. You could teach this to anybody. My favorite part is figuring out the best spot to place your house so you can take advantage of future reactivations of that action. There's a lot to explore in this game, and it plays in under an hour. I'm so happy Ragusa is the Game of the Year. Thank you.
Tony, Ragusa. Yet another one of those Capstone games. I purposely didn't mention it when I was listing off the other Capstone games because I was kind of wanting to save it. I didn't want to tease it. But this was one of those games that normally would have probably not been my Game of the Year. If I would have played, when I played it the first time, I thought, oh, that was a really solid game. And it kept coming back to me, Tony, because I don't know how many times I've played that game and taught it to people. It kind of became my go-to game when we had like 45 minutes to play a game. And it's one of those I can set up and, okay, yes, Rodney, I know I taught it wrong to you, and I taught it wrong to some people at Tantrum Con, and I taught it wrong to some other friends. But other than those times, I can teach this game in about 5 minutes, plays in 45, and you put it away in 5 minutes. Tony, it's just one of those games that I think is just going to be around for me a while, and it's like, well, if there's a game that I keep playing over and over again and enjoy, and it's easy to set up and teach and play and everything, well, it deserves my Game of the Year.
Magusa. That was pretty funny. I like that, Rodney. That was funny. Yes, it is deserving of your Game of the Year. Now, for my Game of the Year, come on up, Tantrum. Rodney's done. Come on up here and present Tony's Game of the Year.
Thank you so much to Marty and Tony for inviting the Tantrum House crew back for the Squirrelly Awards for 2020.
We are here to announce the nominees and the winner for Tony's Game of the Year. Melissa is going to share with us the nominees.
We have Raccoon Tycoon, Lord of the Rings, Journeys in Middle-earth, and Funkoverse.
Oh, those are 3 really good games. I have played all of these games. Sarah, tell us a quick little bit about Raccoon Tycoon.
So Raccoon Tycoon is from designer Glenn Drover from Forbidden Games, and it is a market commodities game where you are trying to get the best prices for the commodities in the game. Now, I know that Kevin and I, when we did our top 10s for 2019, one of these games featured highly, maybe number 1 and number 2 on our list, and that is Journeys in Middle-earth. So I have much affection for that game.
That is a great game. And then there's Funkoverse from Funko Games, and we really enjoy playing that. It's very innovative in what they tried to do, and I know Melissa loves those Funko Pops.
I do. They're so cute, especially the Harry Potter ones. But if this is Tony's Game of the Year, then the question is, which game is going to be best when you are mowing your lawn? Oh, I know the answer to that. It's definitely Funkoverse.
Oh, why is that?
Oh, you could mount those little Funko Pops right on your riding lawnmower and have them help you mow the lawn. Oh, and the Batarang.
Oh, that would definitely help. And the winner is, Sarah?
Raccoon Tycoon.
From Forbidden Games. Congratulations. Thanks, Tony and Marty.
Now coming to the stage to accept the award from Forbidden Games, Glenn Drover.
Hey guys, thank you for this honor. It's great to see board games being acknowledged. A finished game is really a confluence of several art forms. And in the case of Raccoon Tycoon, we had illustration, graphic design, art direction, the design itself, all different team members contributing. With illustration, it was Annie Stegg's unbelievable oil paintings. Brought the game to life with incredible anthropomorphic animals in Victorian dress. Really gave the game a sense of character and artistic beauty. Graphic design was Jacoby O'Connor taking all those assets and really bringing them together in the packaging and the marketing and the contents of the game. Art direction, it was my crazy idea to make these characters in the game capitalist anthropomorphic animals in Victorian dress. Not sure if that was sensible or not, but it did give the game a cuddly, fuzzy feel that I think makes the game a little bit more appealing to non-gamers as well as gamers. Hopefully people feel like it's more approachable. And then finally, the design itself, which was my design, but helped by a team of playtesters who really challenge things in a design that are not balanced or not working well. Jack Provenzali is our breaker. He'll find the holes and the flaws in a design or the things that aren't balanced. And Dan Vujovic, who helped me fix the last broken bit of gameplay so the finished product was smooth and elegant. So thanks to the entire team and thanks to Tony and Marty for this honor. Cheers.
Thank you, Tantrum House. And guys, be sure if you're in South Carolina at the first of the year, be sure to check out Tantrum Con. They put on an amazing show, don't they, Marty?
Oh, yes. A great convention. Have a great YouTube channel doing a lot of previews of Kickstarters and reviews of games. They do an amazing job. And Tony, your winner was also on my list, Raccoon Tycoon. That came out earlier this year, and yet that was very much in contention for my top game of the year too. Another one of those games that I just love to put on the table and play. It's just so well done.
Oh, yeah. I mean, so what's my checklist? Can I do a flow chart? Yes. Number 2, does it have a train type theme to it? Okay, we're stretching it a little bit, but that's okay. It's got cute little animals in it. We got a fluffy bunny. We got raccoons. We got bears. So all that good stuff brings it to my forefront. Raccoon Tycoon. I'm so excited to get to play the expansion. Hopefully that will come here this year in 2020. I don't know, the way the world is right now, they're a little behind in all that, but I'm really looking forward to it. So it's going to be a tough challenge for us to pick Gimme More award, especially when the Raccoon Tycoon expansion comes out. But Marty, I mean, let's take a look at both of our lists for Game of the Year. We've got some that we've seen on other lists. Lord of the Rings, Funkoverse, Watergate. I mean, those were all there. You've got Empires of the North.
Amazing game. That's one of those that as expansions keep coming out. It's another one of those games I keep playing over and over too.
Woo! I mean, if we had it in our budget, I think you and I would be making a lot of little acorn trophies for people. 2019
was just a great year for games, especially more of the mid-level like Euro type games. We played a lot of those. And 2-player games, Tony's, we really dove into a lot of really, really good 2-player games in 2019. You know, every year we say, oh, can they top it the next year? And it's somehow somebody does along the way. And it was just a great year.
Yes, it was. Now, we'll admit, like I unfortunately I didn't get to play Wingspan. It's great that they won an award. There are probably tons of games out there that we could talk and bring in an award to because of some mechanics, some artwork, any of those elements. And unfortunately, we just can't get them all to the table as much as we'd want to. And no way are we saying that those games aren't good. No. But what we are saying is, these games get Squirrelly.
The prestigious Squirrelly Award.
That may stay on the shelf until it needs to be dusted. And then people are going to say, why do we have it here?
Why are we taking up space with this thing? Could you chunk it, please?
There you go. So we'd like to thank all of our presenters tonight for coming on stage, for making an effort to be here, for spending our money. Thank you all once again. You've made the 5th annual Squirrelies an event worth listening to.
Yeah, because it sure wasn't us that made it worth listening to.
Well, that's about it. That's all we got. That's all the budget will allow. So we're going to have to call it a night from the Mineral Springs Volunteer Fire Department. And just remember to keep rolling dice
and taking names. Thank you so much for tuning in to our 5th annual Squirrelly Awards. And once again, thank you for all those that came on and did the presenting and came up and did the acceptance of the awards. We couldn't have done this show without you. And we definitely could not have done the show without you, who is now currently listening to this show. And we'll be back with our regular episodes next time where we'll talk about a lot of things, maybe some of maybe board games. Do we have a stinger?
This whole show was a stinger.